just 5th boss COE. Well, we always start out with a burn. Should get it to like the most, like 40%. We are missing over here, so first thing we do is burn and make sure you have a macro to return your pet, and if not, put it in the system or in the description. Okay, so we want to return our pet by before this countdown gets to 0. So, or usually around the same time in the very beginning of the burn. It's always the trap transport system always comes down. You'll see that Cannon moves him off of there. And see how I did not move my pet off? I think that's Mr. Mind. I should have used my pet macro to return him. But I'm a scrub, so there's that. So what we're doing is burning. Before the transport system gets to 0, we're returning pets. Whenever he's ranged transport cooling, always chase him and DPS like you can, or else he does annihilation for whatever reason. And now that the burn's over, the major thing is making sure everybody, if you're DPSing, make sure you're just like constantly on the boss, constantly stay hitting the boss. Because the boss has 2 important casts to look out for, the only 2 important casts, one of which is Freezing Ray. They're both 3-second casts, and the second one's Flaming Ray. But when you cast Freezing Ray, one specific target is selected throughout the whole party, so like your warded pets, it could be your pet, it could be you, but that specific thing is the only person that knows if they're targeted. So, say if I was the one being targeted by this Freezing Ray, I would see something like this. You realize that Thalsus is targeting you with a Freezing Ray. If it was Flaming Ray, it would say Flaming Ray. So what do you do? What do you do? Raise your hands. Say it in the comments. What do you do, idiots? In an ideal world, all of our DPS should be DPSing like this the whole time, unless you're targeted. The second you're targeted, you're getting away from everybody. You're using seren stum. This makes you not die to the attack, and you can go back in DPS. It's basically a tank and spank and move if you're targeted. It's like it's like MMO basics. Fuck. So all you're doing is making sure you're watching for the Thalsus is targeting you. There's an add-on that does this for you. It makes it super easy. It's in German. I didn't translate it, but I'll put a link in the description too. It basically replaces the image that I'm showing you, the text, with like, it says your name in gibberish in German, but if you see that, it'll pop up in Say Chat too, so it's much easier to see, instead of seeing like cooling down spam or whatever. Yeah. So, with that it'll be so much easier for like the people who can't read it. But I paid so much attention looking for that image the whole time, or that text, that I didn't peapod at all. And with one healer you probably need to peapod so often. So I was watching for that text the whole time, and I didn't know my HP was low, and I missed the peapod. And that's all this is tank and spank. Consistent DPS, constant DPS. If you're targeted, run away, seren stum. If you're targeted, seren stum's on cooldown, then run away and die. That's the best you can do. I don't know any other way to get rid of the targeting thing. Say blah blah blah. I die here, I think. Yeah, I die here. Yeah, and that was my pet, because I'm a fuck up. Let's just go to 6%, 3%, 2%, and it died, so we won. All you need is consistent DPS, and just know when to move. That's all this boss is. So I'm going to show someone fucking up. This is Heimed actually, so good job Heimed. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Around here is going to use Freezing Ray, and someone was targeted and we don't know who, only that specific person does. This person had probably 2.5 seconds to react because human reaction time isn't 100% anyway. So now the guy has 1 second left, or I should say Heimed, and Heim's still running at us. He notices, like, right here, when he has 0.2 seconds on away. And boom. He's the one who got hit by freezing wave. You'll see this blue thing shooting out of the boss, going towards Heimed. And see, that's the area. If you get frozen, it's a pretty big area, I think. So you can't just like laze around and do nothing. You have to watch for your target, because I didn't know Heimed was targeted until I was frozen, so I couldn't run away from him. And it sucks. I don't know if he seren stummed, that would have made us freeze or not, so just make sure you're running away and seren stumming. These little flame things back here, that's if you get targeted with a flame ray and don't seren stum, you get like a constant damage and a constant knockdown. And if you are an AoE of somebody, another rune spawns, so like, again, just run away from every single person and seren stum everybody else, stay on the boss, DPS. And the last thing I'm showing is this. Keanu said that if you're targeted and you have seren stum on cooldown, and you can just simply walk into this transport and you won't be hit by it. So you see that right here, I'm using addon, by the way. Around here, flaming ray, and here's the addon at work. It says that, something in German, sure it says like flaming or whatever, and then there's me. Oh, it's freezing ray, okay, I'm sure that's freezing, and it's actually blue for freezing, and then it says me, and then even say chat, like, it just says my name, that's all I needed to look for. Say chat, if it says my name, run away. It actually replaces this, the boss text, so I don't see that anymore, it's just that instead. And all I did, I saw that targeted me. Luckily it wasn't by anybody anyway, because I was being lazy shit. I just ran away. Oh, I whipped my lone, and I seren stummed. It's on cooldown, see? And so I just went back to DPS after he was done casting. And then, blah blah, DPS. I already popped my Phoenix, so there's another cooldown. And see, I was called again. Right here. Addon. Seren stum's on cooldown. Phoenix gone. I was hit by the trap. You can even see the sparkles on me. And it still has a second left to cast. I'm already on that trap. So, but look at everybody I fucking froze because I didn't run away, and I can't do you wrong. Okay, I don't know how you did something so different. Maybe it's because no one else is. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. So I froze. Look at this, like 4 people. But that doesn't work. So if your seren stum's on cooldown, just run away and die, or like get your Phoenix popped and run away and pop your Phoenix. That's all you can do. And this was my life, staying frozen with 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know if I froze him too. But look at all the people I froze. I screwed this all up. I screwed everybody. But I didn't know this didn't work. I thought this worked. So it's basically COE 5th. Just a little rundown. First, we're going to go in. We're going to burn. The transport thing, this little thing down here, is going to spawn super early. Before the countdown gets to 0 on this, make sure we're returning our pets. I'll put the macro in the description. And then from there, we're constantly DPSing the boss. That way, when the specific person gets targeted, they're running away. Whenever flaming or freezing is cast, make sure you're watching if you have this text on your screen. Unless you have the add-on, then it should be super easy. But either way, if you have that kind of thing, make sure you're running away from the group and you're not running into the alts, you're not running into the healers, and you're not running into the ranged mage DPS. I mean, look, there's so many places you can go. Like, you could run up here. Like, just run up there. Like, so easy. Just run away from everybody else. If you're not called, just stay on the boss and DPS. Constant DPS. Just constant DPS, unless you're called. That's all this is. Make sure you're watching for your calls. And that's it. That's all this boss is. Easy. Seren stem. Occasion makes it.